One thing that I am observing about our current time is uh, that there's this huge disconnect of people just in their doing selves, and they're very limited because um, they're not really deeply connected to their infinite self. This is not religion. I'm not talking about religion at all. I am talking about, if we go way back, that I will call this back to the future, because the wisdom teachings, particularly the one I'm most familiar with, although, I'm not familiar with all of them, but I'm coming from what I've been drawn to, and that is Ayurveda, which is a Sanskrit word which translates to science of life, wisdom of life, just along that meaning. And it's the oldest healing system on the planet that just makes sense. It's not religious. It applies to everyone. And we have somehow become disassociated with the fact that we are equally finite, human. That's all great. We are not here to be perfect. We're here to learn. And yet we do have a part of us that is infinite, that's here before we were born into this human body and here afterwards. Um, and you can even see on the, shaming on both sides, which is really missing the point. Like shaming of being, an ego self. Well, you know what? If you're a human, you've got an ego. There's always a spectrum of where are you in the balance of things? So having an ego is not bad. Having an ego that is controlling you is not so great. Just like having, I take this to anything. Our minds can be as toxic as our device. We need to adopt or take into a truth that we want to be the witnessing awareness of what we're doing, and make our choices from this place, rather than being you can be just as addicted to your limited egoic beliefs and as you can be, to your cell phone or social media. And so let's use it for something good. Everything is here, and it can be used for something bad or something good. So it's not like a device is bad or social media is bad, but if you use it in a very low vibrational way, then it's bad. If you use it to sort of up level not only yourself, but to help others, then it could be seen as good. And one thing that's important to understand about the ego, which is where I think things get a little tripped up, is that the ego, this is kind of how I understand it. It is like a child that we have to continually grow up. And the ego's nature is to always hold on to the past and the familiar, because that becomes what it learns as safety. So it's your evolutionary self that needs to always help the ego grow into a more self-actualized identity. And you can, on the other side, totally get into spiritual bypassing, which is shaming the ego and just making your whole human existence wrong. And that is missing the mark too. You actually want to have something that it's a different kind of math. It's this holding that you're 100% human, and within that context, you're imperfect, but you're unique. It's sort of like perfectly imperfect. So meaning that you're here to learn, to discover, to heal. Everybody came here with a different, a different thing to heal from, or a different purpose in life, which is why we're not all meant to be the same. We do, I think a more evolved way to look at that is everybody deserves equal opportunity. Everybody deserves respect. And then, on the spiritual side, there should not be spiritual shaming. It should just be your inner light, your guidance. It's helping you go deeper and deeper into your true nature so that that can be the guidance for your external life. And so you want to hold both of these very dearly. You know, you want to embrace a spiritual self, which I think is largely missing. I mean, a religion is not necessarily teaching people that. I mean, a religion can often just be another form of dogma. And so I think it's important to really learn to embrace both, but with a very like a very heart-centered kind of connection that you want to develop. And so if people are just walking all around in their egos and they're, you know, they're just feeling like, you know, life is happening to them, then I would suggest learning to sit silently more, to learn to understand that your body is a gift. It is a gift for your soul to self-actualize in. And if you're not taking care of your body, you're not allowing that to happen. So I'll get into other subjects on that, but just wanted to invite people to hold both, because you are both, and to do it with a pureness and a faith that is really based more into understanding that you're no mistake here, and that, you know, there is a purpose for you, and to connect deeply into learning your soul self as your guiding light. All right, thank you.